Hello, fellow repairmen, and welcome back to Assemble with Care. In the first episode, we found out about Maria, who has gone to Bellariva and has met some interesting people there as she has repaired different items for them. In this episode, I believe we're starting out dealing with Izzy's dad, who is the mayor of Bellariva, and it looks like we're going to be doing something for him involving a watch.
Leaving Izzy hiding in the garden, I walked around to the front of the house and rang the doorbell. It was only then I noticed my favorite overalls covered in grass stains. I scrubbed desperately, but it was too late.
Maria, what are you doing? What happened to your clothes?
I was, repairing a lawn mower.
How unusual. Well, do come in. The job I've got for you is a little more delicate.
He seems like a nice person.
Totally embarrassed, I walked into an orderly room filled with papers and ledgers. So this was his office.
As I said, he seems like a nice guy. Unlike Carmen's sister, Helena, this guy actually seems like he's a decent person. He's just sort of struggling with the loss of his wife and his young daughter there, being a bit of a handful.
You must be so busy getting ready for the festival. Are you looking forward to it?
Of course. It's traditional for the mayor to judge food from every cafe and restaurant in town. I'll be declaring the best chef in Bellariva by this time tomorrow. Speaking of which...
He unclipped the watch from his wrist and very carefully handed it to me.
I'll have a tight schedule to follow, but my watch stopped working a while ago. Could you see if you can make it tick again?
Okay, this sounds like it's going to be more challenging. Well, we definitely need to replace the glass. Okay.
Are you sure it will all fit back together?
No, I don't have the slightest idea what I'm doing. But we're going to try. Alright, this is what I'm needing to work on. Can I get this to go away? Alright, there we go. Now I can get this centered and actually take a look at it here. Love always. Guessing his wife gave him this. I mean, the game's helpful, so it does sort of help you out in figuring out how things work, but it's not an exact science by any means. Yeah, that doesn't look great.
The main plate has completely cracked. I'll need to replace it. The cogs look good, though. If I'm careful, I can reuse those.
Okay, sure. Oh, it's gonna tell me where the cogs go? That would be a nicety. I don't feel like it's actually telling me where the... Oh! Sorta did. Alright. Let's get this one. Okay. That one doesn't seem to fit in there. Well, that's moving. I see a screw here I'm going to need to take out. Oh. Alright. That can be discarded. Put the new one
I've
in.
not gone a day without this watch since my wife gave it to me.
I can really respect that. I know how much my wife means to me, so I can only imagine what it'd be like to lose your love. So, I feel for the guy. I just hope that I've got this incorrectly. I feel like it's not. I feel like I'm missing something here. Yeah, let's turn this back over. Turn my sound off again by accident. No, just put that over there. Alright, let's take these out. Oh, I'm dumb. Alright. That goes on that side. Everything else was fine on this side. I just was not connecting the piece that was essential. So I was missing something, but it was just on the other side here. And I turned off the sound again. I will say, this game is really challenging on that. I do apologize if the sound goes out at this point. Basically, all that's happening is my cursor's getting off the screen right there. And when that happens, yeah, it's causing the sound to cut out. I'm trying my best not to have it happen, but I know it's going to happen more. Alright, let's attach this. I have no idea if this is how these things actually work. If it is, it's really cool to be actually trying all these different items out. Nice. That was our most complex one by far so far.
As I handed the watch back to Joseph, my fingers traced over the engraving on the back. I hoped fixing this was one small way I could help him move forward.
I can't believe it's working, Maria. Thank you. My wife was a brilliant woman. Feeling this ticking on my wrist, it makes me feel like she's still here. Watches measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. I didn't know we had so little time. Even with Isabel, I barely see her. And when I do, she acts like she hates me.
Just then, the phone rang. Even when he was at home, his work was never done.
Sorry, Maria. I have to take this. I'll see you at the festival tomorrow.
As I left, I turned and saw him pacing the floor of his office, his watch glinting in the afternoon sun.
Feel sorry for the
I
guy.
hoped its quiet ticking would at least bring him some peace during the busy days to come.
What is this exactly? Projector? Might be.
When my last job of the day brought me to Carmen's apartment, the door was opened by someone I didn't expect to see, Helena.
Sorry for inflicting this mess on you. Carmen's never seen a knick-knack she doesn't want to buy, apparently.
Carmen's apartment was a little chaotic, but totally charming. It was easy to imagine her living in a place like this. It definitely wasn't Helena's style. She seemed more upmarket than flea market. I wondered why she was even here.
We're having a clear out. Or at least I am. Carmen's not helping, as usual. There's a market at the festival tomorrow. I'm selling some of these things to make her some money. She says she has nothing when there's all this stuff right under her nose.
Helena stepped delicately past the items on the floor and reached down to pick up one from the pile.
Look at this slide projector. Our parents treasured it, but Carmen treats it like a piece of junk. Can you take a look?
Oh, I actually sort of side with Helena a bit here. Maybe a bulb and some mirrors? Alright. Well, let's start with the screws here on the top. Alright. Well, that came off easily. I'm betting this is a broken... Yeah, it's a broken bulb there.
That light bulb is completely smashed. Okay, I'll need to redirect the light to the lens at the top for the projector to work.
And I'm guessing we need another mirror here. I have a feeling that's where I need it to shoot to, but I'm not positive. Put that over there. See about this. Oh. Maybe if I take off this side, I can see where I'm needing to direct the light.
Oh, typical. Carmen's even managed to get a slide stuck in here.
Sorry about that. Oh, alright, so I gotta get the light to go up somehow. How in the world am I supposed to do that?
Looks like something is still missing.
Yeah. Wonder if that's not the right one. I don't think it makes a difference which one it is, though. Let's try it that way and see. I have this cable here. I cannot figure out how to get the light to go upwards. Alright, the light obviously goes there. Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me. Oh, because I'm putting it in the wrong hole. There we go. That was a little bit on the tricky side. I was thinking that was where I needed to shine the light in, but it was actually the hole that's supposed to hold the thing. And if I have that there, then the light comes up. And now I can put this one on. And it can...
I was so excited when I moved to the city. Carmen, she looks so sad. Here's the clicker you'll need to attach. God knows how Carmen broke that as well.
Alright, let's go ahead and put that to the side. Let's take the whole thing here.
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
That's gonna go there. And then... there we go. Now start putting screws back in it, I would say. That way the parts don't come apart.
When we were younger, Carmen was always following me around.
We'll click through those other pictures perhaps here in a moment. Actually, you know what? Let's click through the pictures to hear the story, because I don't want it to end without seeing these other pictures.
I suppose she looked up to me. A cool older sister. She used to ask me when I was coming home, but I was always too busy.
Seems like it's a running theme in this game of everybody's just too busy for
Looks
the
like
people.
there's still a screw missing.
Yeah. I'm putting the screw in. That's fine. Glad I did it, though, where we played the story first, because I might have missed out on that story otherwise. And I like that. As I said, it seems like it's a
Helena
trend.
was transfixed. Staring at the two young sisters the projector had brought glaringly into focus.
I never meant to let her down.
But you haven't, have you? You came all this way just to help with the cafe. Plus the money.
That's the problem. There is no money. I lost my job a few months ago. My savings are almost gone. I have nothing.
Ah, so that's why, if you remember from the first episode, we were wondering why she was staying in the same hotel as us. And I thought she might be poorer than she appeared.
Carmen thinks I'll throw my checkbook at her bad decisions and make them okay. But I can't. Not this time. You know, the funny thing is, I came here wanting to tell her the truth. But she's so infuriating. How can I ask her for help when all she cares about is herself?
Helena fell silent, shrinking under the gaze of her younger self, projected onto the wall.
We drifted so far apart when I moved away. It felt like the only thing keeping us together was my bank balance. I know I have to tell her the truth. It isn't fair. But I already lost everything else. What if I lose her too?
Wow. Hopefully this thing has some happy endings, because these are some very sad tales right now. I have no idea what this thing is.
The day of the festival finally came, and after all my hard work, I was ready to put down my tools and pick up a fork. The smell as I entered the main square was incredible. Each stall was selling food even more delicious than the last. The competition would start any minute. Most stall holders were waiting anxiously for the mayor to pay them a visit. All of them, that was, except Carmen, who was still frantically chopping vegetables and stirring pots.
Maria! Thank God you're here. Can I ask you the world's biggest favor?
Helena was supposed to help me run the stall today, but she never turned up. Probably too ashamed to show her face. I can't believe she lied to me.
Well, I think Carmen's sort of out of line there. I mean, her sister's been helping her all along. Yeah, her sister has been sort of a bad person, but still.
Carmen was stirring so furiously she was in danger of tipping the pot over altogether.
The mayor will be here any minute for the judging, but I'm almost out of my special.
She wasn't really going to ask me, was she? Not on my day off.
I have a stove ready to build and everything. Can you set it up and make me a spare batch?
That's a stove? And I'm cooking? Okay, alright. Carmen's wild veggie soup. 1 pint of stock, 1 stick. 1 stick of what?
Oh,
Huh?
her recipe is a bit smudged. Never mind, I'm sure whatever I put in will be fine.
Half a carrot, 2 broccoli florets, handful of chopped tomatoes, 3 wild mushrooms, plenty of... Yeah, this is gonna go terribly. Alright, let's start by building this thing, I guess. Well, that went about as well as I could have hoped. Evidently, that just doesn't go in there. There we go. That goes first. That goes there. Now that goes up there.
It all fits. Now to light the gas.
Okay. Oh, we probably need to turn that on. Alright, let's get a match here. Can I get a match? Hey, I didn't burn the place down. Alright, whoops. Gotta try that again. At least I'm good at that. Alright, let's put it maybe like that. And then I guess the broth goes in. There we go. Alright, so you poured the broth in. Where's the rest of the
That
ingredients?
pot is really boiling now. Smells great, if I say so myself. Here are the ingredients that Carmen's given me. What to add first?
Alright, so We already out of the stock. So a quarter stick of has to be this. I'm guessing butter. Is that a quarter stick? Feel like it needs more. Yeah, because I think those 4 pieces would be a quarter stick. Then half a carrot is what I'm guessing. Well, here's the other half of the carrot, so I'm guessing all this goes in? Turn colors. Hopefully that's a good thing. I'm so sorry here, but I think I'm gonna screw this up. 2 broccoli florets. Alright, at least I can do that properly.
Good. I'll scoop a spoonful when I'm ready to serve.
Yeah, we got more ingredients to enter here still. That's our second broccoli floret. Handful of chopped tomato. Alright. Is a handful all the slices? Like, how much is a handful? It's now turned even redder. 3 wild mushrooms. Alright, that's a half. So there's 1. 1.5. 2. 2.5. That looks like a whole one. Is this a whole one or not? So hard to tell. Alright, that looked like a half. Yeah, that's a half. Alright. And then plenty of... The only thing left is onion. So I'm guessing a bunch of onion. Do we just put all the onion in? It said plenty of it, so... I guess we can't go wrong with putting it all in. It's now turned purple. Let's try it? Question mark? Complete. Did we ruin her soup, though? That's the question I have now.
My part done, Carmen took over and added the finishing touches. It was just in time, as a moment later, Joseph arrived with Izzy in tow. Carmen anxiously handed them both a serving.
That was so tasty. Can I have some more, please?
Nice. We didn't ruin the soup.
Well, you've certainly earned yourself a loyal customer in my daughter. We have a few more meals to taste, but so far you are one of the best. Good luck.
Joseph and Izzy looked so happy together. Maybe the festival was doing them some good after all. Carmen, on the other hand, seemed annoyed. But why, when it had all gone so well?
I wish Helena was here to see this. She's so convinced I'll never succeed at anything.
She wants what's best for you. She's just not very tactful about it.
Yes, I know. Even when I was a kid, she pushed me when no one else did. I just wish she hadn't lied to me. But then, I've asked so much of her over the years. I never stopped to think how much she actually had to give.
I mean, that I think is a definite fair point you need to look at there, because it sounds like she's given you a bunch of money over the years. And now you're sort of upset that she didn't have money for once? Seriously? I mean, that's pretty shallow.
The festival finished. I only had 1 day left before I had to catch my train and leave Bellariva behind. I couldn't go without saying goodbye to Carmen, so that evening I made my way to the cafe. It was unrecognizable. She'd done it. Best food in Bellariva. Half the town was outside waiting to see what the fuss was about.
Maria! My favorite sous chef. Come on through.
It was Carmen, acting every inch the successful cafe owner she deserved to be.
Nice.
Even Helena was there, serving the coffees. This was the last place I expected to see her after yesterday's drama. Carmen led me through to a balcony upstairs, where she brought out an old record player.
I found out where Helena was on the day of the festival. She was selling her camera to clear the cafe's debts. But then she didn't have much left for herself. So, I've asked her to come and stay with me for a while. We have a lot of catching up to do. I wanted to give her this, to cheer her up. We listened to it all the time when we were kids. Do you think it has one last tune in it?
Alright, well, we can try to make this work.
Okay, let's see what happens when we turn this on. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
Alright.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
Well, it just pulls all apart,
There's a
doesn't
problem? This wiring isn't connected properly.
it? Alright. Well, that did something.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
Alright, still not connected properly. Oh. Well, that would explain it right there.
If I turn the volume up, I should be able to hear it now.
Oh. Sort of need to put this piece on first. There we go. There we are. Let's try it. We're not going to put the lid on.
Isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
There we go.
I think that should do it. This record should play beautifully. It's spinning the wrong way. How can I get it to play in the right direction? It must be to do with the motor. Let's see if one of these spares can turn things around.
Alright. Let's put that over there. Let's get this. Take this off. Take this off. Take that off. Unclip that. Take that one off.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
I think the wiring is correct this time. I just probably need to put the pieces on.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
Oh, I know what's not connected. That's my bad. There we go. See?
This motor doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, no, it's going the
Maybe
wrong
I'll have
direction.
better luck with a different one.
Let's try the third one here.
Well,
That's
it's playing in the right direction. I should check it's turning at the correct speed.
Oh, do we need to check the speed? Okay, how do I change the speed? Is it just not this one? That's what I'm starting to wonder.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
Don't think this is the answer. I'm not sure what exactly I need to do here. Because it definitely wasn't working at the proper speed. Yeah, that one also goes in the wrong direction. So it has to be the gray one. Because those are the options I have. Alright. Put that there. These ones have been a bit more complex this time. Yeah, that one should go there, I think. No, that can't go there.
That's the speed dial connected. Now we should be able to change it. These connections aren't quite right. I should check the wiring.
I am at a loss here.
These connections aren't quite right. I should check the wiring.
I mean, I've got green lights everywhere, it looks like. Oh,
Still a
alright.
few parts missing.
So I had it right, I just had to adjust the speed there? Really? Was that all there was to it? That was it. Yeah, that was a little confusing on that one, I will say. That was a bit on the annoying side.
The record player's crackling tune must have caught Helena's ear, as she appeared a few moments later.
Is that my old record player? I can't believe you've kept it all these years, Carmen.
Leaning over the music, they looked just like the young sisters the slide projector had preserved all these years, inseparable once again. Carmen told me about your camera. That was a really generous thing to do.
I loved that camera, but I love my sister more. Now it's her time to be the person she wants to be. I'm going to stay here with her for a while. Make up for lost time.
Well, at least we got one happy ending here.
Carmen and Helena's relationship wasn't suddenly going to be perfect, but they were both prepared to try. And to think, it had all started because of a call Carmen made about some seasoning tips. I guess in the end, maybe it wasn't so hard to just pick up the phone and dial. I hadn't spoken to my own parents in a year. I wanted to hear their voices more than anything. But the silence between us was so cavernous. I didn't know how I'd ever find the words to bridge it.
Oh, we still got a few things to fix, and I don't mean objects, it seems like. a music box from the look of it.
My final morning in Bellariva, I received one last call out to Joseph and Izzy's house. I knew I had to pack, but I figured I could squeeze in one final job before I had to leave. When I arrived, I found Joseph tidying up his wilderness of a garden. The playhouse was already cleared. Inside, I could see Izzy happily testing out her screw-driving skills on the back of her cassette deck.
You've made quite the impression. Izzy, tells me she's going to be a repairwoman like Maria.
I'm sure she could be anything she wanted if she put her mind to it.
She could. She's a brilliant child. Spending the day with her at the festival, I haven't had so much fun in ages. I wanted to give her something before she starts to forget.
Inside, the house was transformed, flooded with light and the sounds of the garden. It felt alive again. This would be my last repair in Bellariva, but it felt like it was the house that had really been restored.
It's a music box. It used to play beautifully, but now when I wind it up, nothing happens. I'd love for Izzy to hear it sing again. Can you help?
All right. Let's see here. That looks like it actually goes onto the music box somewhere, so we're going to probably need that. Alright, we got some screws here. Always a good starting point. So this is my last repair. I don't know how we have 2 more levels still on the game, but I guess we'll see. Maybe there's unexpected things that'll happen still. Really? I'm not sure that helped anything.
This mechanism is completely broken. I'll need to take it all apart before I can fix it.
Alright, let's see. It's got to screw together somewhere, I assume. Or maybe it doesn't. No, evidently it doesn't. Oh, we can just take that off. Alright, so that comes off. That comes off. So this goes there. That goes there. Can we try it with the key? Something is definitely missing. I think that goes over there. Let's try it again. Okay, so that works to a point. Alright, so we know that this one... What if I put them in this order? Yeah, now everything seems to be spinning and such.
Perfect. The mechanism is good as new.
Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Wanted that to go into it.
Maria, could you add this family picture of us?
Aw. Definitely, we'll add that on here just a second. I just want to check to make sure it works properly. It does. Alright, so that works out great. Let me take this off. And then we'll take that picture out. There's that. Yeah, that's sort of a janky picture as it was. Probably gonna need the glue here. My great job of gluing will make sure it does not come out. Ever. But I love how through the power of magic it gets rid of all my over spray with the glue there. It's a good thing, because otherwise I'd have made a huge mess. Alright. Let's see here. So then we need to attach the bottom.
Looks like something is still missing.
Yes, I'm missing a couple of screws. You do that to me almost every time. It's rather annoying there, lady. I'm not even sure we had to take the bottom off, but we did.
I think that's everything back together again. I should play it to make sure.
That's good enough angle.
My wife used to sing this song to Izzy each night before bed, but I always worked too late to join them. Will you dream a dream for me if I sit by your side and hold you so tight? Know that I will always love you, even though we both know that we must say goodnight.
It's really sweet.
I've missed so much already. I want to be the father my wife wanted me to be. I've ended up so much like my own father, working all the time. Izzy needs me more than that, especially now it's just the two of us. My daughter comes first. Well, until she gets bored of her stuffy old dad anyway.
I'll never ever get bored of you, Dad.
Izzy came running into the room where Joseph scooped her up and onto his shoulders. She gazed at the music box, her eyes shining. I'd never seen her look so happy.
Thank you, Maria, for everything. The things you fixed for me. I'm so glad to have them back.
Joseph was a good father, and I could tell he was determined to be an even better one. When it came down to it, that was all any of us wanted. A second chance to make something right. My time in Bellariva was almost over, but before I left, I knew there was something of my own I needed to fix.
Oh, what is that? She gonna call her parents? Oh, we've got to pack the suitcase. Well, this one shouldn't be that challenging.
My time in Bellariva was almost at an end. Another chapter finished in a story whose ending I hadn't felt ready to write. The people I'd met, the items I'd restored, they'd taught me so much about what was really important. Pulling out my suitcase from beneath the bed, I remembered the day I stole it from my parents' shop, the day I left. Afterwards, I was too ashamed to call them, to apologize. It was a guilt I'd been carrying around every day since. As I packed, I knew that it was up to me to find a way to lighten the load.
Looks like we got a few new items here.
Joseph's idea of light reading for the train. It does look thorough.
Alright, can't really fit that right now. Let's go ahead and put it back for now.
Helena gave me these designer shirts. Not sure I'll pull them off as well as she does. The recipe for Carmen's special. I'm under strict instructions to guard it with my life. My train ticket. I can't believe it's time to leave Bellariva behind. Izzy gave me this in exchange for my repair manual. She'll be a pro in no time.
Ah, that's where it goes.
My parents would love Bellariva. Maybe I can convince them to make the trip. The soundtrack to my travels. I'll be listening to this on the journey.
Definitely an easier one than some of the other ones.
My suitcase was full, but it was my heart that felt heavy as I made my way to the station. I was sorry to be leaving Bellariva behind, but I hoped that, in my own small way, I'd made a difference. Helena and Carmen's reunion was possible because they'd learned to overcome their differences. Joseph had realized he shouldn't let his grief or his work get in the way of his relationship with Izzy. They'd each learned to see things from someone else's perspective. Maybe it was time I saw things through my parents' eyes. I knew it would be easier to jump on the next train, put even more distance between us, but I finally felt ready to talk to them. I just didn't know if they would feel the same. Did I even remember their number? I wasn't sure until I reached for the phone and it all came flooding back.
Let's see what happens.
Mom? Dad?
Maria? Is that you?
Wow, that was really nice. But we still have one more mission, I think. Will this be at our parents' shop, maybe? Guess we'll see here. As I said, it's not a very long game overall. I mean, I've played for under 2 hours, but it is a really nice game. I definitely recommend it. It's fun, and it's just comforting at the same time. A coffee machine? Carmen's letter.
Dear Maria, Carmen here. Sorry I haven't written. The cafe's been absolutely manic since you left. Luckily, I have Helena here to help. You wouldn't recognise her. She's like a new woman. She's always running round, taking orders and making drinks. I even heard her compliment a customer on their outfit. Personally, I draw the line at fluorescent green bowling shirts, but each to their own. It certainly made the customer smile. She misses the city, though. Bellariva's many things, but it's definitely not as chic as she'd like. She said there was a coffee shop near her old apartment where they made coffee with a shape drawn on top. It got me thinking, I'm an award-winning chef. I can figure out how to put a leaf on a cappuccino. A bit of cosmopolitan coffee might be just what Helena needs.
Oh, great. I have to try to make a leaf?
Of course, ordering a new coffee machine was the easy part. I wish you could have seen the mess I got into trying to put the thing together.
Oh, so we're going to play as Carmen putting a coffee machine together. All right, then. So we have pipes. I don't even know what... Okay, this is definitely concerning. Alright, so we got a screw here at the bottom.
I saw Maria use her screwdriver a million times. Taking this apart will be easy.
Is this where the circuit board goes? Perfect. I don't know how to hook it up yet, so we're going to leave that for right now.
These pipes look pretty simple. I should start with them.
The pipes look pretty simple. Sure. Alright, the arrows don't line up on that one, so I want to see if... I would say the arrows should line up.
I'll need to connect all the pipes correctly to stop the steam pouring out.
There's also something on the back that comes off. We are really disassembling this thing. Oh, okay, alright. So we know where the circuit boards connect now. Alright, so let's deal with that first. So we're gonna do
Maybe I
squiggly.
should focus on the pipes first. They look easy.
No, this is easy. This really is. Alright, so these we're just gonna do straight lines across. Simple as that. Alright, so the coffee is gonna be number 3. Number 1 is gonna go there. And number 2 is gonna go there.
Maybe I should focus on the pipes first. They look easy.
Actually, I think I got that already done. So let's go ahead and screw the pieces back into that. Then let's go ahead and rotate it and put the bottom on. Now we can get to these pipes, which, of course, I click off the screen. Wouldn't be working on one of these things if I didn't. Alright, so I got those two pieces together. Oh, there's even more wiring in here.
Maybe I should focus on the pipes first. They look easy.
I mean, these really have one of two options to them. That's not the right option. There we go. Perfect. So all the electronics are taken care of. Now let's see here. Alright, that goes there. That goes there. This blue pipe has to go there. Which means... I'm gonna move this some so I can see better. Ah, alright, so we need something... Yeah, that'll work there. Ah, and then this should go here.
Finally, no more steam.
Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, so we have steam there. We have water there. Didn't really want that. Clicked off screen again, of course.
It looks like I've forgotten a screw.
Even she's the same way as Maria there. She's always telling us that we're missing a screw.
I think that's everything. Better test the buttons, just to make sure.
I just tested the buttons. Fine, we'll test the buttons again.
All done. Piece of cake. Time to make my first coffee, I think.
Alright. Oh, this looks complicated. I've never actually made coffee like this before, so I don't know what I'm doing at all. I think I want to use the cup
Smells
then.
delicious. Now to make it look magical.
Oh, I guess I don't use the wand then. Sure. You aren't gonna actually hit. Oh, we are doing something here. Let's do the number 4. Um.
A perfect coffee. All it needs is a saucer and a couple of Helena's favourite biscuits.
Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, I'd rather try this again. Because I feel bad about what I did. I don't know how they do this stuff with coffee. I'm trying to make a design, but I am really bad at this. You know what? I'm gonna go with just a simple squiggly line here. Yeah, we'll go with that. If you look at it from the other side, we're gonna call this a tornado. So here's the cloud, here's the tornado touching down. Yeah, we're gonna go with that as the tornado. No more questions. That is terrible. And I definitely know what it looks much more like. But yeah, that's my best coffee art.
I was feeling more has-been than coffee queen by the time I'd made a drink fit for human consumption. It looked a bit, postmodern, but knowing Helena's refined tastes, I hoped she'd think it was intentional.
Yeah, we're gonna go with postmodern. We'll go with that and hope.
Always the connoisseur. She didn't even bother to look at it at first. She was so busy wafting it under her nose. Steamed up her glasses, of course. How was she going to see my work of art through an eye full of fog? When she finally spotted it, though, she was totally impressed. I'll admit, she spent several minutes trying to figure out exactly what it was I'd drawn. She decided it was probably a horse. Well, what she doesn't know won't hurt her.
We'll go with horse. I'm fine with that if that's what she sees in it.
She was impressed enough to ask for another one. I guess I'll need to get some practice in. The whole thing was such hard work, Maria. I never realised how difficult it was, all that mechanical stuff. It made me realise how much I have to thank you for, so I wanted to say that now. Better latte than never. Hoping you're well. Your friend, Carmen.
How did she know where to mail her letter to? I mean, we called our parents on the way to the train. Well, I guess hopefully she did find us. And with that, we have completed the game. As I said, this is not a long game by any means, but it is a fun little game. Each puzzle is sort of complex in its own different way, so you've got changes that you have to make to how you do things in each one. At the same time, it's very soothing and just relaxing to play. And I hope it was enjoyable for you to watch as well. If you enjoyed what you saw, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you for more games on the channel.